Welcome to Capital Kitchen. Now before we start, there's always this reminder, and it's to wash your hands. Next, we have to remember that safety is key, meaning that if you're working with any sharp utensils around the kitchen and you're not really experienced, then parental supervision is advised. Our main dishes for today will be plantain, a Caribbean and Haitian renowned Grio, some pickles or spicy slaw, and a simple salad. Now the ingredients we'll be working with will be plantain, sour orange or zonshi and some lemons, carrots, a head of lettuce, some pre-chopped cabbage, some spicy and mild peppers, tomatoes, sweet pepper, celery, a red onion, and some vinegar, and also our pork. So we will be starting by pouring about 3 to 4 cups of vinegar, about 4 dashes of salt, and we'll be letting that sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. For now, we're going to start our spicy slaw, also known as pickles. You're going to get the cup from the blender. And right now, we're just taking our spicy peppers. We're going to take about 5 to 6 of them. We're going to take off the stems and we're going to rinse them off and plop them right into the blender. We are going to add about 1.5 cups of lemon juice, 1 cube of Maggi, the chicken flavored. Then we're going to put this to a blend for about 10 to 15 seconds. Now we take it off the blender and add it to our already pre-chopped cabbage. We give all of this a good mix. Now we're going to add about a few dashes of accent. And also a tablespoon of salt. Next, we give all of this a good mix, just so all the flavors can mix and marinate with the cabbage. After all is mixed together, we will seal this, just so the cabbage can soak in all the flavor. Right now, we will get right back to our pork, also known as our Grio. We are going to be slicing the sour orange and the lemon, about 2 of each. At this step, we are taking our lemon and our sour orange and we are just squeezing it at the top of our pork. After we finish squeezing our sour orange and lemon, we are going to mix all of this by hand, just so the pork could resonate. We're going to set our pork to the side to marinate, and we just get a pot of water. with some lemons. And we let that set to a boil. After washing our hands, we will begin with our salad. The head of lettuce that we had earlier, we rinse it off and we cut it in half. Now, our peeling process begins. Now we'll be taking our tomatoes, rinsing them off, and chopping them into the salad. Now we'll be taking our red onion, cutting off the top and the bottom, peeling it off, rinsing it, and then chopping it into our salad. Now our last ingredient that we'll be adding will be our carrots that are already pre-packaged. We're just going to spread them around the whole entire salad. And there you have it, a beautiful salad. Now we'll be starting with our fried plantains, otherwise known as Plantains. First we cut the plantain in half. We just put a little slice in it and we start peeling it. Now here's a quick reminder. 1 plantain can feed 2 people. Now after we peel it, we are going to cut the top and the bottom of the plantain. After we do that, we bring it over to this bowl of water and we cut it to a slant, not straight, but to a slant. After we cut our plantain, we're gonna add a few dashes of salt and about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And here's our plantain. We set it to the side. Now we cannot forget about our main dish, our pork. After we get back to it, after it marinated, we take out all of our sour orange peels and our lemon peels. Now we're gonna drain our pork and we're gonna transfer it to that boiling pot of water that we had set aside. After all of the meat is transferred, we give all of this a good mix. Now we're going to take some sour orange marinade and we're going to put about 2 to 3 cups of it inside of our pork. Right now we're going to take some épices and we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of this inside of our pork. Next we're going to take about 7 cloves of garlic and just spread it around our pork just so it could sit and simmer. Next we'll be adding some celery after it's been washed. You just add about 7 to 8 sticks of celery, and we just mix that all together. Next, we're gonna add about 2 cubes of Maggi, the chicken flavored, which is highly preferred. Now we're gonna add about a teaspoon of salt. Also, we're gonna add about 2 to 3 teaspoons of accent. Now we're gonna set our pork to a boil for about 20 minutes. Then we remove it and right to the fryer it goes. Now after letting our pork sit for about 10 minutes, when it reaches a crisp golden color, we remove it and put it onto a plate. Now we're gonna go right back to our fried plantain. We add our plantain to a hot pan of oil and we just let it sit until it reaches a yellowish color. Now after our plantain has turned yellow, we transfer it into a bowl. After we transfer all of our plantain, we could start our pressing. And here is where we begin our frying session. And that's where we take each and every pressed plantain, we dip it in some salt water, and we just place it right on the fryer. After we set it to one side and we flip it to the other and let it sit, when it reaches a golden color, that is when we can remove our plantain and place it into our bowl. And this is how you create a wonderful Haitian cuisine consisting of plantain, Grio, a wonderful spicy slaw or pickles, and your nice simple salad. We are signing off from Capital Kitchen. Hope you enjoyed.